Welcome back to another Lead with Confidence. I'm your host, JP Warren. We are wrapping up the theme of courage with this final one. This is standing up, standing your ground, holding on to your moral compass when everyone else around you is saying no. All right. So what does courage look like to you under pressure? It's not about always being right. I mean, if that is your goal about being right and all that stuff, you are in for a rude awakening. All right. It's about doing right when it costs you kind of something, right? It's about doing the right thing when it costs you something, whether it's your relationships, it might be your reputation at the company or within your group of friends or something like that. What is it costing you to do the right thing? It could be that bonus you're going for. It could be, that extra revenue that you're actually going for. I mean, making the right decision in the right time under pressure, what is it actually costing you? All right. I think I'm kind of I always do that. I always talk on tangents. All right. So the real problem is this, right? You think a lot of people think standing their ground means planting their flag, pounding their fist on the table, and really getting aggressive, right? All right. It's so you can either cave completely, and what happens? You either kind of hold your ground so much, always have to be right, where you actually cave, or you damage that relationship. All right. Another problem is that you care more about being liked and well respected, and that also makes you fold whenever things get in the pressure cooker, right? And the third thing is you avoid unnecessary conflict because you think it's unprofessional, all right? Because conflict avoidance kills projects and teams. We talked about this during the crucial conversations, how crucial conversations are so worried about the other person's response, how they're going to perceive us. Is it going to damage the relationship? But it is a growth moment for all if you have these conversations, all right? So here's the framework when it actually comes to standing up and on your ethics, on knowing what's right and actually standing up. All right. The framework is stand, bridge, and resolve system. Okay. So the stand is stand your position, state your position, right? State your stance clearly without apologizing. I can't approve this timeline because it compromises the safety standards, right? Don't soften the message, soften the delivery. The second thing you can do is bridge the relationship. So once you plant your flag, you see people kind of pull back, bridge the relationship. Acknowledge their perspective. Hey, I get where you're coming from with that. That totally makes sense. But I want you to know I'm not comfortable proceeding this way. I'm not comfortable taking action when we should wait until the documents are, I's dotted and T's crossed, right? And the third step is resolve moving forward. Offer alternative solutions. Hey, could we try something like this? Or during the delay, could we maybe work on this project? So maybe you're kind of altering alternative solutions. And honestly, sometimes you're taking a stand might not align with the company's values or goals, and it might be best for you to kind of take a step and walk away. I think but an example with me is that, during one of my previous roles, there was a decision made about how we'd go out and get work. And that decision was not really in line with my ethics. And, I brought that up and I stayed the position. Hey, listen, I understand what we're trying to do here. Not my company. It's y'all's company. I'm not comfortable kind of proceeding this way. This decision was made without me. I'm not really comfortable doing this, right? How's this for an alternative? There was so much pushback and that I saw that there was no room for kind of a resolving or a relationship kind of mending and all that stuff. So rather than slam my fist on the table, make a big stink, post on all these social media platforms, I just decided to quietly thank them and kind of walk away. And honestly, that was probably one of the best decisions because and you learn that throughout life, right? With all these challenges and storms that come through life, these hardships, whether it's divorce, whether it's death, whether it's changing of roles, whether it's disagreement with friends, it doesn't matter what it is. You always learn something about yourself after that storm has passed. So I needed that storm to come and for me to be in the season where I'm at in my life. So that was just a story about in my life how I had to kind of stand my ground on things that I thought was right and what's wrong. So here's an application for you on what to do moving forward, okay? So the next time someone pushes back in your position, acknowledge their pressure before restating your boundary, okay? The second thing you do is stop apologizing, all right? Stop apologizing, all right? It's just soften your tone, not your message, right? Again, how we communicate. And the third thing is ask yourself, what would I advise someone else to do in this exact situation? One example of this is, an operations meeting, all right? The team wants to skip the environmental review to speed up the project. Well, the stand is, we can't proceed without the environmental clearance. The bridge is, hey, I know the delay is frustrating when we're behind schedule. How do you resolve that? Well, let me call the regulatory contact today and see if we can expedite that. And the result, timeline preserved, relationships intact, and compliance maintained. All right, y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We are wrapping up the courage aspect of this series, and these are daily soft skills to level up your soft skills of communication and your executive presence and crush your imposter syndrome. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in. If you're enjoying this, please share it, comment, and let me know, because it only keeps me motivated to keep putting out this type of content. So thank y'all for being out there. We'll talk to y'all soon.